All right, guys, welcome back to Happy Place Aquatics. Today is a day that I am not a fan of. Today is canister filter maintenance. And as you can hear, this guy's making noise. So we're going to clean that one. This tank is looking a little rough, and I just did a big water change on it, and my wife cleaned the sponge filters. So I got to do that one. That one hasn't been cleaned in quite a few months. These guys aren't ready yet. Those are a couple weeks away. And then we have that one. And then I'll save the best one for last. It'll be a surprise. But we're going to go over here, get you set up on the tripod, and I'm going to bring over some sponge filters, or actually some canister filters. So let's get it started. Don't mind my sink. It is a utility sink. There is a screen at the bottom to catch things that doesn't need to go down the drain. So I'll bring this down just a little lower. And we're going to get started. I'll be over with the first one here in a second. Definitely don't like this one. But it's part of the hobby and you got to do it. So here we go. This is probably the easiest one to disconnect because it's out in the open. But man, are these bastards heavy. Especially when you get into these ones. Try to keep your cord. Try to keep it out of the sink. I'm going to mess around and trip and fall because I have my python laying here. That's all my fault. Did some tank maintenance last night on a couple of other tanks and didn't roll the python back up. So that's on my bad. So this one's probably been running for, let's say, 4 months. Maybe longer. But we're gonna grip and rip. I'm gonna unscrew my python because I need water flow. First glance, it doesn't look too bad, but the impeller is making noise. So as you can see, that is dirty. Typically on these, untwist, pull this duder out, and wash it off. A lot of people say you can't do this in the tap water. I disagree. You can. I have done it. My fish survive. Gonna need something to pull that impeller out. I'd recommend getting a nice pair of pliers. Hopefully I can find mine. Where are you? There they are. I just use a pair of pliers. I got these ones. As you can tell, they're rusty because they've been used in water. And I had a little bit of noise in mine. And right there's why. You have sand and grit on the canister filter impeller. So I typically do this. I'll wipe off. I have this brush just so I can get it off the impeller. I just don't want no issues with the impeller. And set it to the side. Down inside of here is the home of where the impeller sits. I have this guy. As you can see, 2 different sizes. My wife got it off of Amazon. It's technically a pipe cleaner, or a tubing cleaner. I go down in a hole, swirl it around, pull out some junk, put it back down in there again, swirl it around, pull out even more junk, and then you're going to take and rinse it out. As you can tell, there's a lot of junk in there, and it all came out. That's what I like. Put your impeller back in. Don't break these. They're made out of some weird material. Not 100% sure what that weird material is, but it's real brittle. All right. I don't really do a whole lot here because I don't want to remove all the beneficial bacteria, but it is what it is. If I lose some, there's plenty enough in the tank on the sponge filters. Tank's been running for a while. It is a healthy tank. I just have a dick for a fish in there that likes to kill everything. You see, now we're getting into where things get a little weird and dirty. Rinse that off, and we'll pull out these. I typically don't recommend a whole lot on these. Just do a little one number like this. You want this to get the big particles out. I'm using cooler water, not hot water. So try to make it where it's not too loud. And here's the nastiness. I don't know if you can see that, but that is that. That is nasty. Let's see how good is that in there. Oh yeah, you can definitely see how nasty that is. But we'll move you a little closer. Guys, it is currently 6 degrees outside. It is cold. You want to rinse your sponge out, kind of like you do a sponge filter. You want to get it until there's not a lot of ick. Get a little warm water. That water's cold. So as you can see, before and after. So that one's done. Here's this nasty one. I try to keep these going the best I can, especially this one because this is on my South American tank. It is an overstocked tank, so this one usually gets cleaned a couple months earlier than the rest of them. It gets cleaned twice to some of them. It's only one. I may actually add another filter pad into this one. I have a spare one. I actually have a couple spare ones. I may add another filter pad into it just for GP. For people that are not in my age group, GP means general purpose. You know what? We're going to add that other filter pad while I got it sitting there. It may or may not fit. Nope, I'm going to have to cut it. So we're not going to do that right now. Whew. That was a little rough. Not going to lie. There's your roughness. Technically shouldn't reuse this, but it actually, for some reason, this type I've used about a year before I have to actually toss it. And it's just cut up strips that I had left over. And it does just fine. It's actually not that dirty this time. I figured it was going to be dirtier, but it's not. But this isn't the dirty one. The dirty one's coming. It's probably going to be a long video, so. And I'm going to get some criticism for this video too. And you know what? Once again, it's my hobby. I'm doing it my way. My way has worked for me. What works for me may not work for you. I've been doing this for a while, and all my fish are good. You see my fish, they're healthy, they're happy. So. But we'll get all the debris out of there. Does a good job. This cheap filter does a real good job. Not really a cheap filter per se, but it's not an FX6, so it's a cheaper filter. I think I paid $179 for this 4 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. I had this on a 55-gallon tank, and I've literally cleaned it once a year just for the fact of it did such a good job. And I had plants in that tank, so the plants helped out a lot as well. Put my media back in here, or my floss pad. And here goes the second nasty one. Oh yeah. A lot of us with cichlids and sand realize that your canister filter gets sand in it. And it's just what it does. But it is what it is. Something I do that a lot of people probably don't do. A lot of people probably just take the canister filter back over to their tank and just slap it back on and then, reprime it. I fill mine with water before I take it over there. I put some dechlorinator in it for the amount of water that's in there. Technically, I should do it for the whole tank, but I figure by the time I get it over there, it's probably going to be fine. I mean, that is a lot of dirt. I mean, a lot of dirt. Thing is nasty. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's still nasty nonetheless. It doesn't really smell. So it's decently dirty. Get these a little rinse off. This is where a lot of your beneficial bacteria is stored. It's in your ceramic media and your bio balls, bio rings. These are bio rings or ceramic media. I'm not trying to kill it. I'm just trying to get the big pieces out. One of these days I may have to add some more to this, but for now it's doing what I need it to do. I can't see the bottom of it, so I'm going to have to give it a little rinse off with my hand down around the bottom. Tuck it back in there. Set it somewhere to where it's not going to spill, because if it spills, you're picking up balls for a day. And here's the nasty part. Here we go. Yummy. Give it a little clean out. And then final rinse. And it'll look something like that. You're not going to get it all out, but you'll get most of it out. So then you restack your trays. You want to set these and you want to hear them click when they go together. If not, it will not function properly. Shut this off for a second while I put my trays back together. Almost filled my bio balls. Sometimes these can be a pain in the ass to get to click, and sometimes they just fall right in. Like right now, this one's going to be a pain in the ass. There. Just get that one in. Set that one in. You just want to feel it click. And then put your top plate on, which aligns everything. It clicks in. And then here's what I'm going to show you guys that I do. So, I'm going to gather that that thing is a close to, I'm going to say almost 5 gallons. I use for its complete. Technically, you get 2 drops per US gallon. I'll give her a 2 pumper. Put me a little water in here, fill it back up. And guys, that stuff stinks. Prime and all that stuff for water conditioners, they stink. The only one that doesn't stink is API Stress Coat. And I think that is because it has aloe in it. But I fill it back up and I take it over and I turn it on and it usually just takes off. This one's actually a really good one. The Marineland 360 I have is actually quite different and kind of harder to get to start. You want to try to get your temperature to be close to what the tank is. It's not really all that crucial because, to be honest with you, this and a 125 gallon tank not going to really be all that much of a problem with temperature. Snap it down, snap it down, snap her down. Ta-da! Now we take it back over and put her on the floor. I'm going to wipe the bottom of it off first with a towel. Bottom's wiped off. And we'll go back over here and put it on the tank. I picked this filter up at my local fish store, Ag and Aquatics. And I've never had an issue with it. It runs flawlessly all the time. And as you can hear, it self-primes. It's a great filter. And it's running. And back to being quiet. This is the one I'm not looking forward to. This canister filter is the biggest pain in the ass of any canister filter I've ever messed with. It's like its job is to stress you out when you want to do tank maintenance on it. And I don't like that. I shouldn't have to stress in a hobby that's not supposed to be stressful. Oh, but this thing is heavy. This thing is a pain in the ass, but it works. It works great. And this one actually leaks unless it is turned on. It's got a crack in the bottom of it. It's been epoxied, it's been glued. It still leaks. I've even put Flex Seal on the bottom of it. It still leaks. Marineland 360. Great filter, but damn it, they leak. I have 2 of them. The other one's on my 240. Yank it apart. This one is nasty. I mean nasty. We're going to do the same thing to this one we did to the other one. I know this one is going to, it's disgusting. That's what it is. My African cichlids are dirty, dirty fish. Dirty fish. Don't lose those. Ever. You lose them, it's all bad. Pull the impeller out. Same as the last one. Give it a little quick cleanup. You can have people say, oh, that's not how this person does it or how this person does it. I don't care how that person does it. It's my fish tank, my hobby. I'll do it my way. Pull this guy out, give her a little clean, a little rinse off. You do not want to lose that or break it. That impaler is not cheap for this one because they don't make this canister filter anymore. Swab out the old hole there. Do it a couple times. Fortunately on this one I have to go down in here. It's just how I have to do this one. Because particles get stuck in here and it doesn't do what I want it to do. And it makes a freaking mess. I really need a bigger sink is what I need. And just like that, it is clean. Drop your impeller back in. Put your little tube back in like so. Make sure it goes in this little hole. Then you got your cover. Pop it on. Just like the other one. Give the top a little rinse. Except for this time I dropped it because it's slippery. Set it to the side. This marine land is disgusting. My African cichlids are some messy little assholes. And this one's also hasn't been cleaned in a minute. Today's word of the day for the fish room is messy. And probably asshole. I've said it 3 times. Or 4. Jesus. Disgusting. I have a bunch of cichlids in there. I have a bunch of plecos in there. Actually, I only have 2 plecos in that one. And they are pretty good size. One's as big as the African cichlids in there. To be honest, that could be what's killing my fish, and I want to blame it on the one fish I have. It might not even be him. But this is going to be the nasty one. This is the one I wasn't looking forward to. I'm shoving my hands down in this thing, and good Lord, is it dirty. Watch this. I gotta turn the water up. I need some pressure. This one is dirty. You know, there's a proper way to do everything that they claim is the proper way, and then there's just an actual way that you do it. Whatever works for you. Don't let anybody tell you you're doing it wrong. If your fish are alive, happy, and healthy, then you're doing the job right. But this is the problem when you have big tanks and you need canister filters. Canister filter maintenance is a little bit of a bear. Hopefully my mic is still on. That's the problem I had with the last video that I did that was pretty long. There we go. Got it to where I can see through it. Clean enough. So let's take a second here and see if my mic is on. Oh yeah, we're good. Had to dry my hands. Oh, this is disgusting. If my wife was right here right now, she would be, she might actually get sick to her stomach on this one. She'll clean tanks, but she won't do this. I can't say I blame her because I really don't want to do it. But it's part of fish keeping. I actually enjoy it. It's kind of therapeutic a little bit. Ooh, gotta get that all out of there. Nasty. Nasty. It's my utility sink in the basement. This place used to be like a cave down here. Then we got these screw-in LED lights that go into your light fixtures. These things are awesome. Got a few of them down here. Believe it or not, I could leave those on all day and I believe my plants would grow. Guys, I went to the fish store last night and bought more fish. I forgot to show you guys. I was excited about it. It was actually a gift for my wife. She wasn't feeling the greatest yesterday. She was kind of sad. There's a couple fish she's always wanted, and they were expensive, and I caught them on sale, so I got them for her. I got her some Ranchu goldfish, hand-picked by me. I got the most active ones in the tank. Oh, you know, people at my local fish store are awesome. They always take care of me. I don't have to wait on anybody to help me get my fish. I am allowed to just go get them myself. Man, this thing is nasty. So, shove those back in there like so. Maybe. Possibly. Yes, sir. Like so. Oh. This is a different type of filter pad. I've had this one for a while as well. I think I might have to retire this one. Maybe not. Let's see how good it comes out. Got a little bit too much water pressure going there. There we go. Ah, she's coming clean. Clean enough for this, anyway. A little baby piece. That's funny. That little small piece came clean. Like real clean. And this one was dirty. Turn it down a little bit, it's splashing everywhere. Alright, so we're going to slap that in there. We're going to go green side up. And this is the last chamber of this. Oh man, that is disgusting. It's my bio bowls. These things are disgusting. So I've been trying to get in contact with Flu Ball. They're doing a test and keep program. And I want to get on their list of test and keeping stuff because I have a lot of tanks. Speaking of tanks, I bought another one yesterday. Stay tuned. You guys are going to like this one. It's going to be a stand build to hold 9 yards. Resealed. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Person I bought it from, I bought it secondhand. Said it leaked, and he flex sealed it. And then it still leaked. So he went and bought another tank. He had it listed on Facebook Marketplace. And I bought it. That's just what I do. I buy fish tanks. Here we go. That is nasty. That is real nasty. Unlike the other canister filter, this one has a certain orientation that the trays have to go in. Otherwise, it doesn't seal. sand in this one still. This is always the problem with this one. Sand never comes out of it. Yeah, good enough. Somewhere on the top of this, which is right here, there's an arrow pointing that way. And on these, you have an arrow right here pointing that way. That's how they have to set. If not, it leaks. This is the pickiest filter I have ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of filters. But this one actually goes together quite easy once you figure out how it goes. And it's still dirty. It's not going to be 100% clean because it's just going to get dirty again anyway. Make sure it's locked and clicked in. Sometimes this one I have to do 2 or 3 times. I'm hoping today is my day. I don't have to. It is. And then same as the other one. Fill it up with water. 2 squirts. And then we're going to put her on. One of these days I will give you guys a walkthrough on this filter. On how and where and what's going on with it. But it does leak unless it is turned on. Once it is on, it doesn't leak. Makes 0 sense. I can't understand it, nor will I ever understand it. I think it's a pressure thing. And put your top back on like so. Get a little clampy poo. Same deal as the other one. I'm going to wipe the bottom of it off because I don't want sand all over the stand it's on. And we'll hook it back up. Oh, this thing is heavy. Like super heavy. If it was a superhero, it would be Super Heavy Man. Get it back in here like so. Give me a little twist, lock. She's live. As you can hear, she's definitely leaking until I turn her back on. I never get the damn cord down there. And she should go with no issues. And just like that, she goes with no issues. All right, on to the last one in the actual fish room side of it. Got to move my salt, water supplies. Still deciding whether or not I want to take that down or not. And we'll unplug that guy. She is unhooked. Depressurized the little thing here. And I got to carry it now. This one has no handle on it. Oh, this one's not as heavy either. I'm walking this one like a baby. This one is for Daisy's tank. So. Uh-oh. Oh, we're still recording. My phone says we're low on battery. You can kiss my ass, phone. All right. This is Daisy's. Say Sun. Cheap Sun. Runs good, does what it's supposed to do. Got a UV light in it that I believe works. Couldn't tell you. I don't really turn it on or off and look inside of it, so not happening. Oh, one shot. That's what I like. Good old one-shotter. Get her nice and cleaned up. Set her off to the side. Go back to the pipe cleaner. This one's going to probably be pretty quick because she's got 4 sponge filters and a power head in her tank. So that tank is always on point. And my wife cleans it twice a week. It gets gravel backed. So put this back together like so. Come on. Twist and lock in place. Set it off to the side. You don't want that glass to break. Trust me, you don't want that glass to break. I had one break on me. Now, this filter's not all that dirty at all. This one will probably go pretty quick. Her tank is warm. That's what I like. This tank is like pretty clean. Bag of bio rings. I should have did this for all of mine, but I didn't. But I might. I might actually do it for the rest of them. Rinse out this tray. Oh. It's actually a pretty good filter. I got one more to go, guys. Hopefully my phone battery will last long enough. I was on Marketplace today looking for aquarium equipment, and I went down a rabbit hole looking for cars. I'm a car guy. Looking for something that I can't afford. I have an expensive hobby called fish tanks. Alright. The sponge is clean enough. This tank really isn't that dirty. Bio ball rings back in there, like, or those are actually, yeah, bio rings. And then as you see, we have even more of them. So, this one doesn't have a lot of sponge filter to it, but I think I'm going to add one. So I'd like Daisy's tank to be a little clearer, a little cleaner, a little more crisp. So we're going to add sponge. And a piece of polishing pad. Let's actually get some of this in here. Yeah, I realized that wasn't too smart. Don't do that. Don't do as I do on that one. That was stupid. But I may have picked up some bacteria, so that's the only reason why I would probably ever do it. This one wasn't that dirty. Not at all. Alright. This one doesn't have an orientation. This one does actually have an orientation. Excuse me, I'm over here hiccuping. Had roast beef for dinner. This one's pretty simple, pretty quick, and pretty easy. Fill it up. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. And then we're going to move on to the last one. This one's going to be fun. You're going to hear me cuss You hear me cuss a lot because I have to restart it. I don't like restarting sponge or some canister filters. Some of them suck, especially the one I'm about to restart. I think I'd rather push start my car. Uh-oh, why is that not latching? There we go. All right. Go put this one back on Daisy's tank. I'll trip over a hose and break my leg. Oh. Because, you know, because life. And 2 pumps. And she is running again. That's the only one I had to prime other than the one I'm about to do. The one I'm about to do is a giant pain in the backside. Oh, wish me luck. Move a few things here. Of course, it's on the other side plugged in. Yes, guys, I realize you're looking at my sink. I apologize. We are doing the goldfish canister filter. This one's gonna be nasty. I know it is. I can just feel it. These guys are little nasty critters. Yeah, I gotta get it unhooked. It is unhooked. This one is heavy. It's a Sun 403. It's the biggest one they make, other than the one that looks like a friggin' 5-gallon bucket. And we're gonna clean it. Oh, heavy. Oh, it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. I expected it to be a lot worse. I mean, like a lot worse. That's not that bad at all. Pretty sure the African cichlid one was dirtier. Scrub it up, dub. Got the black push thing in there. Pull my rod out. I said rod. And that's one of the problems with these canister filters. They get like burr right here. It's a little chunk right there. Sometimes you just gotta work it off. I might have to get it with a pair of pliers. There we go. I'll probably have to buy a new impeller for this one, or I can take it out of the one I have over here that leaks like crazy. I've got one of these that leaks and leaks and leaks and leaks and leaks. It flooded my basement within an hour. Almost emptied a 75-gallon tank. So, needless to say, I don't use that one very much unless I absolutely have no choice. Good time for my nose stage too. So, once you do these a few times, you just kind of get it down. You can start rolling and hustling. Woo, that could have sucked. That could have royally sucked. Drop this guy in. Put this guy in the middle. Find his home. Find the upper guy's little home here. Twist to lock it in place. Don't want to break the UV filter. Yeah, this puppy is dirty. That's why I saved this one for last. This one has lava rock in it. Got that from the King of DIY. Look at all that. Lava rock catches some serious debris, let me tell you. Oh, we got some bio balls floating. Forgot I had bio balls in this. Oh yeah, guys, this is wild. I forgot I did this too. Standard aquarium filter pads. You can use them. They rinse out. They rinse out real good. And I have an abundance of them. Over the years, I've got people that gave me fish tanks and filters, and yeah. I don't use a lot of these styles, but I will put them in my canister filter. I mean, that cleans right back up. No different than putting it in your hang on the back. Eventually, when it wears out, I'll change them. But until then, I'm running with them. They're full of bacteria. This one's got massive bio balls and bio rings in it. Guys, I'm gonna have to say that this is probably a little past due. I should have did this a week ago, maybe a month ago. But put these back in here like so. Hopefully, if you can catch good, you'll be all right. Do that. What's that? The ball that goes in there. Oh, that is disgusting. That is freaking disgusting. Oh, that is bad. Rinse them till they're clean. It's another style of filter. A filter pad, I should say. This one you can actually run water through the center. Rinse it till the water is clean. Clean. Guys, this one was bad. I got a bunch of these in here because I know there's a bunch of fish in here. But, good God. Told you I'd save the best for last. Let's see if my phone's telling me it's dying again. No, not yet. We're still doing good. We might make this whole video, guys. This one you can open up, though. You do that, too. It's just a way to add extra filtration to your tank. It's not the proper way. But once again, like I said, I've always said it's your hobby, do it your way. And my way is working. Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. I have so many words I want to say, but that is disgusting. We'll kind of keep it PG, because I know there might be some kids that watch, or some people that go to church. I know I've said the word asshole a few times. I apologize. But I'm a mechanic. I spend 90% of my time in a garage. So, and remember, not everybody talks like me. Oh, man. That is just... makes me rethink about talking about what I had for dinner. It kind of looks the same color. Oof. But as you can see, these rinse out real well. And they're ready for another few months of service. Man, this filter does a really good job. Really good. I'm actually going to be building a DIY filter for this pond. It's going to run along with this one, because I have no reason to take this one off of that pond. You see this filter putting in work. This filter's doing its job, and it was still pouring water out like nothing. This thing was doing its job and did not care. So, put the filter pads back in here. Couple of layers. Put that guy back on top. And then here's the good part. This is the great part right here. You guys ready? That is 2 months, folks. I clean this tank this filter every 2 months. Fun fact, this used to be outside on their pond. This was an outside filter for a while. It sat outside in the summertime, and I mean, it filtered great on a 150-gallon stock tank. I mean, absolutely great. But it is what it is. I'm gonna put a little extra in this one because it's a 300-gallon tank. But guys, that's how I do tank maintenance. Filter maintenance. I figured I'd show you. What I can do is I can show you me hooking this one back up. Give me 1 second here. We'll get my fair lady over here to turn on. Alexa, turn on pond. And we'll set you over here to where you can see me hooking the filter back up in the pond. 300-gallon goldfish pond. Housing a lot of fish at the current moment. There's shabunkins, there's a Miranda. What else is in there? There's quite a few. There are rosy red minnows, standard goldfish, comets, I should say. Fun part about this is getting it started. This thing likes to fight me when it comes to starting. I don't know why. Oh, you definitely don't want that to happen. Let's see. Is it going to be a giant pain or is it going to start? Nope, it's going to be a giant pain. Scoot that back. And we'll see what happens. All right. Come on, girl. This is always the hard part with this one. Just getting it to start. It'll take her a second to work the air out. And then all of a sudden she'll just take off. Come on, baby. It's gonna make me look like a real jackass. Ah. Come on, girl. This one takes a minute sometimes. Oh, it's going to make me look like an idiot. Come on, baby girl. Oh. There we go. Push that air out. Got air stuck in it. It's the hardest one to get started, but once it starts, it runs. Come on, girl. All right. I'm going to end the video on this because I'm going to get aggravated in a minute and throw it. But Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Don't forget, it's your hobby. Do it your way. Hopefully this thing starts here soon. Thanks for watching.